Hello and welcome to your mat. My name is Stacey. For today's practice, you'll want to have with you 1 to 2 yoga blocks and a yoga bolster as well. If you'd prefer to have your practice be inspired with more of a stretch, you can skip those props and allow your body to settle into the posture slowly, letting gravity do the work for you. Go ahead and get what you need for your practice. I will meet you lying on your back in Shavasana. As you come to settle onto your back, make any adjustments that you need to find comfort and stillness. If you have a yoga bolster, that may mean sliding it beneath your knees for some support. You can also use a rolled up blanket or pillows beneath the knees. And help ease out some tension from the low back. Your arms and legs wide away from your body. Slide your shoulder blades beneath you. And start to take a few slow breaths in and out through your nose. Each breath in, your belly rising and expanding. Each breath out and settles down towards your mat. And can you soften through your face, your jaw? And let go of any external distractions that are drawing you away from your mat today. And start to awaken the body by wiggling the fingers and toes. Find some rotations through your wrists and ankles. In both directions. Slide your feet together at the bottom of your mat and bend through your knees, bringing the soles of your feet onto the floor, moving aside any props that you may have. With the knees bent, let the soles of your feet come to touch. The knees fall open like a book, creating a diamond shape with your legs. Option here to place pillows or blocks beneath the knees or thighs. Or you can let the knees hover in space, deepening the stretch by drawing the heels towards the pelvis, or easing off by sliding the toes away from you. Keep your arms at your sides, the palms facing up as you settle into this pose. Relaxing all muscles, letting go of all effort, and just surrendering to gravity's pull. As you begin to hold these postures for longer periods of time, you'll start to notice the body's tendency to wiggle, to squirm, to fidget, the mind's tendency to wander. When you feel that happening, turn your awareness back to your breath. Taking a long breath in through the nose, let your belly rise. A soft breath out through the nose as the belly falls. Where can you find softness in your body? Just a few more breaths in this position. With or without the help of your hands, draw your knees up through center and in towards your belly, hugging them in close. Maybe a gentle rock from side to side. And with the knees hugged in towards you, start to let the knees go over to the right for a twist. Arms can be wide at your sides or up overhead, whichever feels best. You can place a bolster or blocks beneath the knees for some support, or you can place one between the thighs if you have low back or hip sensitivity. Once you find the level of support you'd like in your twist, just pause there. Maybe turning the gaze over to the left. Breathing deep into your lower left belly. As your mind started to wander away from your practice, can you draw it back to your breath? Following the breath as it moves through your body. Begin by drawing your gaze back through center. Remove any props that you may have beneath or between your legs. As slowly as you can, bring your knees back through center as well. Pausing here in the center, maybe draw the knees in towards your belly, taking hold of the back of the thighs, maybe interlacing fingers around the knees. Every breath in, lengthen through your spine. Every breath out, gentle compression on the legs draws them closer to your belly. With the next exhale, draw the knees in towards you and find your twist in the opposite direction, sending your legs over to the left. You can place a pillow, a bolster, or block between the legs. You can place a second one beneath the left knee as well. And taking as much support as you need, that you're able to settle into this twist without the activation of any muscles. Your gaze is straight up at the ceiling or over to the right. Maybe you close your eyes if you haven't done so already. Keep your mind focused on the breath as it moves in through the nose and fills your belly. As the belly softens, the breath leaves your body through the nose. And every breath in, a sense of lengthening through your spine. Every breath out, your twist deepens just a little bit as your body grows heavier towards the mat. Just a few more breaths on this side. Draw your gaze back through center. Pause for a breath. Release any props that you may have nearby. Draw the knees up through center as well. Maybe this time taking the legs a little bit wider apart, creating space for your belly to move freely with breath. You can hold on to your shins, your thighs, your pant legs. All four corners of your pelvis are reaching down towards the mat as you lengthen up your low back. Take a little side-to-side motion with the knees. Maintaining the distance between the thighs. Draw your knees together, bring the right arm up overhead and roll over onto your right side. You can let your head rest on the right arm for a pillow. The left palm rests softly on the floor or your body as you hug your knees in close towards you. Take some slow, deep breaths in and out through the nose as you expand through the back body. And when you feel ready in your own time, find your way up to a tabletop position. And from your tabletop, we're going to transition into a child's pose. So lots of variations on child's pose, especially if we're going to be holding it for a little bit longer. You may find it more comfortable to have the knees a little bit wider apart. And start to send your hips back towards the heels. If you're feeling that the hips are a little bit tight, coming to sit onto a pillow or a bolster may be more comfortable for you. And if you have sensitivities through the knees, rolling up a cloth or a towel behind the knee joints might be helpful as well. Once you find that support through the lower half of your body, start to slide the hands away from you, letting your forehead rest on the floor or up onto a block or a second pillow. And when you find your child's pose, see if you can relax through the arms. Let them melt down towards the floor. If you find discomfort in the ankles, the fronts of your feet, you may find it helpful to place a towel or blanket beneath the ankles as well. Just the same as you felt your belly rising and falling with breath. Can you experience the breath in your back body? The upper back, the mid back, the low back, hips and pelvis, expanding in all directions as you breathe in, softening, surrendering to gravity with each breath out. Give yourself permission to come out at any time if this becomes too much. With the hips still in your child's pose, we're going to start to walk the upper body towards the top right corner of the mat. So we're in a child's pose with a little bit of a side bend here. The left hip continues to settle down towards the left heel or any props that may be between them. And we're breathing space into the left side body. Come back through center. And then walk your upper body to the top left corner this time. Really lengthening up the right side of your body as you settle into your pose. Walk the hands back through center. And find your way up through tabletop, taking your time, moving slowly, releasing any props you may have. Take a little sway in your tabletop from side to side, releasing any tension that may have developed. And we'll lower one hip to the ground and extend the legs out in front of you to a seated position. With the legs extended, we'll start to draw some little circles with the feet in both directions. And we're going to bend the right knee. We'll start by bringing the sole of the right foot onto the floor. Shift a little bit of weight into the left hip and slide the right foot back behind you. This can be a lot for the knee joint, so if you feel like you're holding tension there, you can come to sit up onto a pillow or a block to lift some of the weight up out of that joint. Another option, if this becomes too much, is to lie on your left side and just draw the right heel into your bum instead. Working towards bringing that right heel in towards the right glute with as much height in the hips as you need. Soften through the left leg, let the toes point wherever they choose. And we're looking for a stretch up the front of the right thigh. And if you're not quite feeling that here, you can start to walk the hands back, leaning back a little bit, and then be coming down onto your forearms, or coming to lie on your bolster if you have one. And if it's in your body to do so, you're also welcome to come lying all the way down onto your mat. There's no particular end pose in mind here. We're just looking for where you have to go to feel the stretch at the front of your leg. And for more of a restorative posture, use more props, maybe propping your bolster up onto blocks for added height. Once you've found a depth of this pose that you can hold in stillness, just start to settle in. The longer we hold the postures, it starts to take the stretch deeper into the connective tissues. We never want to be feeling any pinching or pain in any of the joints. Every few breaths or so, just check in on your body. Maybe the muscles have started to ease out of the stretch and you're able to go deeper. An option to deepen this pose is always to bend the left knee, bring the sole of the left foot on the floor. But if you're feeling a good stretch, stay just as you are. Finding as much stillness for as long as you can in this pose. But if ever it becomes too much, give yourself permission to ease out slowly. Take note of the rhythm of your breath. If it has become sharp and short, it could be a sign that you're pushing your pose a little bit too far. You want the rhythm of breath to be able to move through your body easily and gently. And take a few more breaths on this side. If you're all the way down onto your back, onto a prop, or on your forearms, start to slowly walk yourself back up. Using your hands to support you. Bring some weight onto your left hip so that you're able to extend the right leg long. You may feel a bit of a tingling sensation through the right leg. This fresh oxygenated blood floods the tissues, the joint. Take a few little rotations through the wrists, the ankles, in both directions. Pointing and flexing through the toes, maybe giving the knees a little wiggle. And we'll move to the opposite side. So just remembering, if you have knee sensitivities, you may find it a little more comfortable to lie on your side and bend the left knee in towards you. And if it's in your body to do so, you can shift some weight onto the right hip, bend the left knee, and start to bring the left heel towards the outer left hip. It's as if the shoelace side of your foot is reaching down towards the mat, but it's okay if you're not quite there yet today. And for some people, this may be more than enough of a stretch. You're welcome to stay lifted upright. And if you have room to go a little bit deeper on this side, you can start to walk your hands back, maybe coming down onto forearms or onto a prop. Or all the way down onto your back. And choose whatever arm variation feels good. Relax through the right leg. Let go of all effort in the muscles. Remembering that if you're in the elevated position, you always have the option of sitting on pillows or a folded blanket. Just be mindful as you lean back that you don't have too much elevation in the hips. It might put too much pressure and tension in the low back. Can you find that slow, rhythmic breath through your nose? Are you clenching your jaw? Can you soften through your face? Where else in the body are you holding on to tension right now? Last few breaths on this side. And then as slowly as you can, start to rise back up. And extend your left leg long. And take a few rotations through the ankles, pointing and flexing the toes. Maybe giving the knees a little wiggle. And then shift your weight so that you're able to sit up tall. Legs extended long, but give the feet a wiggle and release the ankles, letting the toes fall wherever they choose. We're going to reach up high overhead and fold forward passively over the legs. So we're not gripping, we're not pulling ourselves deeper. Just rounding through the back body, letting the head fall heavy. If you'd like more of a yin practice, you can choose to keep the head, the upper body, just hovering in space. For more of a restorative practice, you can use pillows, blankets, bolsters to support your body weight instead. Always the option to place blocks beneath your bolster as well to make a bit of a ramp. Whether you're choosing a supportive restorative pose or more of a stretch in a yin-like posture, really invite your body to let go. Releasing any effort to control its movements, its depth. And simply breathe. Any discomfort in the knee joints, you may find it helpful to bring a gentle bend into the knees, maybe rolling up a towel or a blanket beneath them. Are there any muscles in your body that are currently active? Can you take a big breath into that area, expanding in all directions? And as you exhale, encourage those muscles to release, to let go, and to relax. Just take note of your depth in this pose. How the muscles feel if they've begun to relax. If you've chosen a yin-like posture, you may notice that you're a little bit deeper in the pose. Without judgment, without attachment, start to turn the palms of the hands to face the floor. Walk yourself up as slowly as you can, allowing your head to rise last. Remove any props that may be in the way. Walk your hands behind you. Just start to draw your heart up towards the sky. Finding a gentle back bend. Pointing and flexing through your toes. And then gently bend the knees. Bring the soles of your feet onto the floor. Lower yourself down onto your back. As you come to land on your back, we're going to have the knees bent. Walk the feet to the edges of your mat. Let the knees tip into touch. And just taking a few moments with the knees supporting one another to release the low back into your mat. The belly is soft as it rises and falls with breath. Heel toe your feet towards the center. Knees are bent. We're going to press down through the soles of your feet. Lift your hips up and slide your bolster, your pillow beneath the pelvis for a supported bridge pose. You are welcome to hold the pose without the props if you'd prefer more of a muscle effort in this position. But as we wind down our practice, it may feel nice to find a more supportive version. And choosing the height of blocks of pillows that feels best today. Really soften through the belly. Slide your shoulder blades beneath you and tuck your chin in slightly. Begin to lengthen the breath as it moves in through your nose. And soften that same breath as it exits your body. One last big breath here. And press down through the soles of your feet. Lift your hips up. And slide your prop out from beneath you. Lower the hips gently down towards the mat. Just take a gentle sway of the knees from side to side, letting go of any last remaining tension that may have developed. Land in the center. Let the soles of the feet come to touch. The knees open up like a book, creating a diamond shape with the legs. Option here to place pillows or blocks beneath the knees for support. Let your arms come at your sides, the palms face up as you slide your shoulder blades beneath you. And sometimes the muscles of our legs, of our glutes, continue to hold on in this pose. So what we're going to do to encourage that to let go is to squeeze the muscles of the feet together, the thighs in towards the bones, and squeeze the glutes. Keep squeezing the muscles of the glutes, the legs, the feet, all together for 3, 2, 1. Release. Squeezing all the muscles of the legs and glutes for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. One last time, squeezing those muscles as tightly as you can for 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Releasing all of the effort from the legs. And feeling the weight of your back body surrendering to the mat beneath you. Feel the gentle rise and fall of the chest and belly with every breath. If you have found a place of comfort here in this pose, you are welcome to stay. Or you can extend your legs long to the bottom corners of your mat for Shavasana. Releasing through the legs, let the toes fall where they choose and settle into stillness. With the focus of the mind still on the breath. Growing heavier and heavier on your mat. Without judgment, without attachment, take note of your body. Any changes that may have occurred from when you first landed here on your mat. Any sensations you may be experiencing, or any lack of sensations as well. This practice of stillness and of breath here on your back will continue to be yours for as long as you choose to allow it. And when you do feel ready to get up and go, do so slowly and mindfully, making the process of leaving your practice This is equally as important as the practice itself. And with such gratitude for you joining me here on your mat today and always. Namaste.